Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Let's start by telling me your name.
I'm Dinith Akalanka.
Dinith. Do you find the differences between today's one-day workshop and the years of study that you did in other institutions? What do you see as like the main differences?
The main thing was subjective. It's because end of the day we want to do when it comes to mixing and mastering, we want a good sounding mix. That's it. And if you hold on to a theoretical thing, and if you just by heart some description or something that is not going to work, you have to be practical. So what I've been through was what the most guys in Sri Lanka has been through, that so many workshops and so many institutions, that is not practical, because if you can't deliver your capabilities, not 100%, but at least 50% or 60% to your students or someone who's learning, end of the day, it's no point. So the difference here is I felt that one-on-one, hand in hand, that whatever the things he uses, and right away he shows us that this is how it works in real life. This is how it works on a snare, on a kick. This is what sounds like, and it reflects. And on the spot, you can feel the difference, and you know how to get the sound. That's the difference, I think. In previous classes, the case was, I think, 2 to 3 weeks you are learning something, and after that you are trying something. But once you started practicing it, the time has gone. Nothing in your head. It's not practical. So this is 100% should be practical. So I think that practicality was not there, and here it was there. And David show how things works, and clearly he shows how we can get things out of so-called not so-called plugins. I mean, even with the stock plugins, how you get the sound that you really want. That is the basic truth in all subjects. So I think that's the real difference.
That's nice to know. And how was David as a teacher?
He was, I expect something else, but he was very humble and very straightforward. And that is not I've seen in here. And that's why I think the gap was there, and a student or someone who's willing to ask questions and who's willing to know something more is get ducked by the instructor. But here it was not the case. So I can ask anything and I can clarify then and there. And that was a very nice thing, because instead of saying as an instructor or a guru or engineer, he was being very friend, like a friend. So I think that's been the case. That gap was not there, so I can freely interact with him and get the juice out of him. I mean, that was the secret, I think.
Nice. Okay. Any other information you would like to share with the audience about the class, about David?
Yes, I think since I have spent a lot of time some other places, and I've basically, if I said I've been there, done that. So I would like to say
the 3 most popular places in Sri Lanka.
I would like to say who's ever watching this and who's willing to, who's seeking for quality. If someone who's seeking quality, if someone's willing to know how to get the real sound. So I think this is the place. David is the one because he has this so much knowledge that it's he can deliver in a particular way that you can absorb it, because most of the guys that part is the lacking part, because they have so much things in their head but they can't deliver it. So, and that's what I felt, and I want to say that all the guys out there who's willing to do music, who's into mixing and mastering, that don't waste your time as I wasted my time so many years, and please join, come and see, because since starting from the facilities, even from the cables, everything, even from the groundworks, I felt the difference. And when I started the workshop, I knew that this is going to end up in where I want to. So I invite all of you guys that don't hesitate. Join with David. Rub your shoulders, because he's another genius. So you can get within short period of time you can save a lot of years. I mean, practically, as I wasted so many times on getting the right knowledge. So you don't have to waste your time. You just have to make a call and book your seat. That's it.
And I guess I can add that David is accessible also through Facebook.
Yes.
So if you have a question after the class, even after 10 years, you can ask him, or you obviously has his phone number too. What are your thoughts on the fee of the class?
I was amazed by the fee first, to be honest, because I was spending much more money on the other classes, because with their fame and fortune, they have that level that they are charging such a fee. So, but if you look at the facilities, if you look at the knowledge you are getting, it's not worth it, really. So when you have this kind of a facility and this kind of a person, a resourceful person, I wonder why this is like it's almost like charity. I mean, I can't say it's reasonable. I think it's Yola guys doing a great thing to this country and to this entire industry, because since I'm in marketing, if we are putting out a product, obviously we cost it down.
Yes.
And we take the market prices, and then only we price it down. But if you price it down here like that, you have to at least 200,000 to 300,000 rupees. So that is not like that. It is very easy, very reasonable. Not reasonable, actually, it's profitable to you guys. So I think when it's come to price, it's you don't have to think twice.
Thank you so much for your wonderful thoughts and kind words. Thanks.
Thanks a lot.